everyone, welcome to Hit Network. My name is Brian, and this is Bearish or Bullish. On this series, we give our guests 15 seconds to answer whether they are bearish or bullish on a particular topic and why. Ben Armstrong, are you ready to hop in?
I'm ready. Got my jumping shoes on.
Beautiful. Let's start bearish or bullish. DYDX.
So DYDX is a decentralized exchange. It's a derivatives platform. I think there's a lot of stuff to like about it. Recently started competing with Coinbase in volume. Now why? It's because the Chinese government said they're going to ban crypto, and because of that, a lot of Chinese citizens are looking for decentralized exchanges like DYDX. I'm bullish. I'm bullish.
Bullish. Joe Rogan.
Very bullish on Joe Rogan. I love Joe Rogan. I've listened to his podcast for years. One of the first podcasters to really understand the use case of a podcasting platform where you own your own stuff. Of course, now he's with Spotify. Get some pushback there, but Joe just continues to do his own thing, and you gotta respect the hustle.
Nuclear energy as green energy.
I'm gonna say bearish, and the reason is because everybody knows the person who's in charge of nuclear energy and pressing the buttons. It's Homer Simpson, and that guy is quite too often eating donuts to get the work done. You can't trust Homer. Everybody knows that.
That's true.
Oh, you stupid son of a...
The 98 Bulls.
Oh, gosh. I'm bearish on the 98 Bulls. Really? I mean, just personally. I got to speak personally here. I hated the Bulls. I hope they lost every game they ever played when Jordan was there. They just tore my heart out when they continued to win time after time. Knocked the Hawks out of the playoffs a couple times, but great team.
The Chicago Bears.
Very bearish on the Chicago Bears. They do have Justin Fields, who's from the local area, went to the same high school I went to. My sister, she actually wrapped his ankle. It's her claim to fame when she went to high school with him. But I think overall the Bears, they just can't seem to win. Justin Fields has a long ways to go. I think it's going to be a while.
Right, and the reason why I asked these two in succession is because we have the Bears and the Bulls from Chicago. And
interesting.
in Chicago,
the home
mercantile exchange.
CME, that's right.
Crypto.com debit card.
Extremely bullish on the Visa debit card from Crypto.com. I've used it for a long time. When I make really big purchases, I like to use that card. I have no problems with it. I have far less problems with that debit card, plus I get crypto back than I do my regular bank. They're awful.
Next, we have food delivery apps.
Very bullish on food delivery apps. I'm so bullish on them, in fact, that I'll pay like 40% more for my food just to have it delivered. I think you get a lot of variety. A lot of times, you go out to eat, you don't exactly know where you're going to go. You just start driving around. So you get to have those decisions in the app.
Next up, we have the Beatles.
Very bearish on the Beatles. I can't stand the Beatles. I don't really like rock music. I like country. I like rap. I don't like anything in the middle, pretty much. I think a lot of their songs are really overrated. I understand they played a big role in music and all that, yada, yada, yada. But I've never heard a Beatles song that I actually wanted to listen to.
This was a good suggestion. Furries.
Oh my gosh, I am so bullish on furries. I can't stand it. I don't want to become one myself, but it's definitely something I like seeing how crazy people can get with. I remember there was a CSI murder mystery involving them, so people should go check out that episode. Yeah, bullish on those.
Delta Airlines.
Bullish on Delta Airlines. I like Delta. I love the first class. They have TVs up there. It's easy for my kids to ride. Used to, I would ride Spirit or Alaska Airlines or some of the cheaper ones, and ultimately, I eventually had a bad experience on every single one of them, and so I just ended up on Delta all the time.
Spirit is my go-to for the time being. Actually, Frontier, because I fly to Colorado often. They're based out of there.
Yeah.
My brother lives in Colorado. So I fly there pretty often.
I'll tell you, the last time I ever went on Frontier was one of the first times I took my entire family on, or probably the first time I took my entire family on a flight. You notice different things when you have a family.
Yeah.
Like, if I was by myself, I wouldn't notice stuff like, like people being rude or this or that.
Imagine a bunch of furries on a Frontier flight.
I thought we were over, Brian.
How do you dress as birds, I guess?
Edward Snowden.
This is a toss-up for me, really. I'm going to go bullish on Snowden because of all the stuff he did, all the stuff he revealed. But kind of where he is today, like, I kind of lean more bearish. Seems like he does a lot of stuff for publicity and a lot of stuff for money, and I don't think he's really aligned with his true ideals.
On that note, what about Julian Assange?
No, Julian Assange was probably involved in the creation of Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. Did you know that? He was a cypherpunk. He was.
I didn't.
He was a cypherpunk. Absolutely, he was in there with Hal Finney and Nick Szabo and all those guys. Craig Wright was involved in some way too.
Government bonds.
I mean, you have to be bullish on government bonds. It's the only guaranteed return there really is out there in investing. As long as the country still exists and as long as they still tax their people, you're going to get a return on those bonds. Now, the return is very small. We look at big crypto returns, they almost seem like nothing, but they're going to continue for a long time.
Hodling.
I'm actually very bearish on hodling. I think hodling is a terrible strategy. I think this is a way that lazy people justify not being educated about crypto and not having to learn things. We're in a place where there's enough educational resources out there that people should be able to generally time the markets. But I'm really at a point where it's lazy. It's lazy for people to want to do that at this point. I mean, you have enough education out there to be able to know how to sell it. You don't have to do it every day. You don't have to do it every week. Once every 4 years, you can buy near the bottom, and then once every 4 years, you can sell near the top. Even if you're within 30% of the top, or 30% of the bottom, it's a big percentage. Still gonna come out way ahead than just hodling.
Next, we have clowns.
I'm very bearish on clowns. I can't believe that people actually are still entertained by these things. We already talked about, I think maybe on a different one where we talked about Juggalos. I just can't get with people that dress up like clowns. They're very scary. One of my kids' biggest fears, why he can't sleep at night, creepy clowns.
Yeah, I don't get how clowns are still entertaining. That doesn't make sense.
Well, I was watching, I don't know why, I decided to watch like a few music videos yesterday. And I watched this Dua Lipa video. I love Dua Lipa.
Yeah.
She's really good and entertaining.
She's
Also 5'8", very tall. She did this for this, I think it's Love Again, maybe is the name of the video. And the whole video is cowboy themed. And so she's dressed like a cowgirl and all this stuff. Well, about halfway through, all the dancers in the video get like rodeo clown paint on their face. It is the creepiest thing. Like, I'm just like, why would you do this? Like, it's not entertaining. It makes me not want to watch it.
last one we got. Backstreet Boys.
I'm very bullish on the Backstreet Boys. I was always a Backstreet Boys guy over an NSYNC guy, probably because my 9th grade girlfriend, she was really big on Justin Timberlake. It made me really angry. And also we got a guy in crypto with the same name, Nick Carter.
That's right. So what did you think of these answers? Are you bearish or bullish on these answers? Let us know in the comments. And if you have any suggestions for the next bearish or bullish, also please let us know down in the comments. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed these videos, but that's all I've got for today. Have a great weekend. Take care.